And that completes the sitting section of exercises. And now there are two exercises that are very, very simple, but simple things are simply seen and rarely understood. So I'm going to demonstrate these exercises, and I want you to practice them because they have, again, great postural benefits. The first one, I'll just slip my shoes off, is called silent walking. And the art of silent walking is to start to use the foot properly as we walk around, so that our posture benefits from what we're doing with our feet. And the correct way to walk is for the heel to strike the floor first, and then extending the weight of the outer part of the foot to the little toe, then to the big toe, taking the weight of the body so that you can move the rest of the body effortlessly. So there's no major shift of weight. So you need to get your posture and balance correct as well. So you extend and gently move. Before you lift up the latter leg, you should be totally balanced over this one. So again, it involves integration of the centre of gravity of the body and right up the spine. The leg is then lifted and placed down. Same thing on the next foot. Again, coming gracefully over till it takes the weight. And the reason it's called silent walking is, if you do it properly, you should be able to walk across the floor virtually silently, except for creaking floorboards. And the second part of the exercise is simply standing with the double shoulder width stance, with both feet pointing forwards, and sitting down almost as if you're in the saddle of a horse. In some cultures it's actually called the horse riding stance. The difference I have integrated is the feet pointing forward to bring about a different kind of rotation in the ball and socket joint of the hip, which has better benefits for the lower back. And simply squatting down. Now you need to see this also from the side, because the following things spoil the exercise and stop its benefits. That is leaning forward or slouching. You need to push the pelvis here forward, holding the spine straight so that its normal natural curves are maintained, and sitting down, pushing outwards on the knees. From here, other developmental exercises can be done, such as breathing or chair extension. The next thing I'd like to demonstrate is some common household postural faults that upset our postural integration. First involves lifting of normal household objects. We'll take first normal household hoover. Many times people will reach for these in cupboards with an extended arm and bent back. And when you think it weighs between 10 and 15 pounds, this one is about 10 pounds, 15 pounds, that we need to lift it again in an integrated fashion, using all of the muscles in an effortless lift, so that again at any age we're not going to strain our low back here. So getting close to the hoover and lifting with integration throughout the whole of the body and spine, as opposed to bending from the waist and extending on the arm, putting strain on the shoulders and the low back here. So lifting like this and down. Take another normal household object, such as a normal case, could be a sack of potatoes, could even be a charm. People bend over like this with extended arms, again attempting to lift things, or to even push them under a bed, or to get it from a bed. This of course is entirely wrong, again putting strain on these lumbar muscles, and lifts of this nature should be on bended knees to push under the bed, or pull it back, or to lift up. If you're going to walk with this kind of weight, don't extend the arms, keep it close to the body and place it down. Okay? Another household postural fault is the way people collapse into chairs. Quite often see people at the end of a day collapse into a chair like this, or climb out of the chair by using pressure on the legs to climb out. You can see that this is posturally totally not an integrated way to do it. The correct way to sit down is to just feel on the backs of your legs, the front part of the chair, and then just gently sitting down. And again, getting up, getting the balance of the body on the feet and rising out of the chair. This is probably very important for people who do a lot of sitting, not only in a house or an office, but also in cars. Opening the door and reaching out with one leg. People who do this many, many times throughout the day create a lot of excess movement in the ball and socket joints here and start to cause low back problems. So again, the correct way is opening the door, taking the feet out and lifting. So opening the door, feet out and lifting out. That's the correct way to get out of chairs and to sit into them. That concludes this part of the presentation. And the next part is we're going to go over the actual energy mobilizing exercises and the sequence of them. This is the actual active balance integration energy balancing set. You stand first in the shoulder width stance, and then take one leg. We'll take the right leg back, still maintaining shoulder width stance, turning the leg outwards to 90 degrees, squatting down and pushing outwards against both knees, the trunk turning to face the front. We're going to reach forward, but not by bending, by extending. We're going to extend and pull in, breathing out, breathing in and pushing down. Show you that from the side. Just a gentle rocking action on both knees, just about an inch forwards and an inch back. So we're not bending, we're not extending, we're reaching and stretching the body gently, breathing in as we're drawing in, breathing out as we're pushing the energy down. This is repeated to both sides about 6 times on either side. And then, as if you're washing a dinner plate with your hands kept close to the body, one hand washing this way and the other this. This will take some practice to get integrated, but again is part of the integration of the body and mind, so it's well worth the practice. And gently rising the energy up the body, and as we get to the top, extending, stretching and letting the energy cascade down around the body, and then repeating this process. Do this process about 3 times. Lifting, 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 extending, and allow it to come down like that. And then we want to wind the energy in. Again, standing in a comfortable but balanced position, very gently winding the hands in. This is called a silk weaving exercise. So imagine that you're winding in silk, very thin thread of silk. So your hands have to be very relaxed, very coordinated, no jerky actions at all. Very, very relaxed. From the front. If the whole sequence was done from start to finish with the integration exercises beforehand, by now we'll be able to feel the evidence of energy emanating from the palms of our hands from here. We find on courses that about 70% of people feel this with the first time, and most of the rest with some practice. So now we're going to actually move the energy through the body in an integrated way. Firstly, by imagining a great weight pressing down on the body. As you can see, the whole body moving as one integrated unit and pushing back up. So from the squat stance, we push down and push it back up. This is not done with strength, this is done with integration and power. And then, same thing, this time as if water was rising up and you were pushing down. So it's a fluid action, not a jerky, mechanical kind of action, but a fluid action, a rising and falling. The whole of the body working in one integrated unit. Then to the sides, pushing out, and the walls pushing in, pushing out, and the walls pushing in, pushing out, the walls pushing in. And then imagine pushing the car on an icy morning. The car drives away,